We were invited last year, after stepping down as archive officers, to choose an exhibition to curate. As the RBSA archive has a wide range of prints, we decided to show how printmaking has changed from early days up to the present day. We decided to call the exhibition Baker to Bartlett, the changing phase of printmaking in the RBSA. As an example, we can look at the work of two RBSA members, Samuel Baker and Richard Chattock. David will now discuss in more detail the works of Baker and Chattock.
This work is called Part of Wenlock Abbey. It's by an RBSA member called Samuel Baker. He was a 19th century artist who lived in Birmingham. He was born in 1824 and he was a painter, both in oils and watercolour, and he also did a lot of etching. If we look at the work, we can see it's in the picturesque style, which interested Baker, and also romantic in feeling. There is a softness about it. It's a real place, Wenlock Abbey, and there's an artist in the left there of the picture that Baker maybe thought of as himself. He went on many sketching trips to beautiful parts of the English countryside and the Welsh countryside, following in the footsteps of David Cox. In my view, this etching by Baker expresses his feeling about the picturesque in his selection of the subject of the ruined building, the growth on the building suggesting age and a romantic view of the picturesque. It's an idyllic country setting. This etching is by Richard Chattock. The title of the work is Landscape with Sheep. Chattock was also, like Baker, very much interested in the country landscape and the picturesque. But he has his own way of looking at the world and his own way of sketching it and turning his work into paintings and, in this case, etchings. Landscape with Sheep shows a detailed examination of how the world looked. In my view, this picturesque work by Chattock has a different feeling to the Wenlock Abbey etching by Baker. It seems to me a more objective and dispassionate view of the world compared with Baker's romantic vision of how the world might look. It's a particularly valuable work to have in our collection because Chattock did a range of work. He's best known for his etchings of the industrial landscape in the Black Country, but throughout his life he did many landscapes similar to Landscape in Sheep, showing the rural life of Britain in the 19th century. This etching is also by Richard Chattock, very different in style to his Landscape with Sheep. The title is Blast Furnaces, Cradley. It was made by Chattock in 1872, the first of a set of 16 works, etchings that were all based on his visits to the Black Country. He made this and showed it in the 1872 spring exhibition at the RBSA. It was the first of a set of 16 etchings which was based on the Black Country. It is totally different in feeling to his other landscape work. Very dark, very dramatic. And in my view, he had probably seen the paintings of Colebrooke-Dale by Turner and de Lutherberg, and probably also was aware of the apocalyptic paintings of John Martin. It has something of the drama of those works. But of course this is not in colour. In my opinion, the fact that it's an etching lends it even more drama. Compared with his landscape with sheep,